This says Scar is a regular ghost, so that does lead to, like... I know this is kind of addressed a little bit later in this second visit, kind of, but...
Where did Timon come from? I mean, Boom Boom.
The two of them just exist
Hello?
in Hammer space. And you know, like... When you sit there and think about it, why...
Come on.
Outside of the fact that, you know, we have, like, you know...
Hamon and Pumbaa were an entirely different thing.
Yeah, but it would be something I'd infinitely pay more to watch over the fucking show that these two chuckle fucks got. The Lion King 1.5 is actually not that bad. Though, what I was going to say, I know, like, the obvious reason for this is, like, marketing and all of that, and we obviously need
What
to...
the hell?
Oh god. Oh god, fuck. What the hell happened?
Okay, go back.
Technical difficulties.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know! My capture card was running trailers for itself.
Yeah.
It's not, but the recording's still going and we're still live.
So that doesn't fuck up the playback, but anyway, the point I was going to...
What was that?
The point I was going to make, well, one,
Hey,
for...
yo, Scar is like... he is after you.
I had a point, but that weird possible technical fuck-up made me lose it. God damn it, well, oh yeah, it was like... I understand the reason for this is, like, you know, we need to have a boss fight kind of against the villains of most of the Disney movies and stuff, but why did most of the villains not turn into Heartless? I feel like they would have. Is there ever, like, an actual reason for that? Because, really, when you sit there and think about it, most of these people should have become Heartless from, like, the word go.
What do you mean? You don't become heartless when you lose your heart.
Hopefully the recording seems like it's fine. Hopefully the recording's okay, but...
At the darkness. They're just really strong at being bad.
But that would be darkness. A guy hunting a species of gorilla that I think in the movie is stated are an endangered species purely for sport, and you know, purely basically to say that he did. Oh, yep, that guy didn't fall to darkness at all. No siree, Bob.
No, he made it the Heartless because he was so strong and dark.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've never seen the Elgato start running trailers.
I mean, as far as we know about the situation of Heartless, supposedly all of the Heartless would easily have just, you know, turned him into a Heartless and ate his heart if he was weak. You know, it's apparently an actual thing.
I love how
You
Sora
if you
drifts.
basically command Heartless and then you beat up by somebody, the Heartless just like, yeah, well, you know, you suck. Or he's eat you.
Fuck you. You know, sometimes I think, sometimes I sit there and think critical mode is actually not that bad, but then you get hit like 4 times and there goes half your health.
Well, I do more damage also.
That sounds like the Hidden Mansion.
Father.
Oh, now he remembered he can do that.
Daddy's abandoned you. How sad.
I love the random Scar ghosts.
The Scar Ghost are one of the reasons it kind of feels like the latter half of this game was rushed a little to where they were like, ah, fuck, we need to have the player revisit the world. What should we do for Lion King 2? Should we do... It's like, what should we do for Lion King revisit the sequel? And then someone just randomly says Scar Ghost, and while they, you know, the logical reaction would be to throw that man out the window, for whatever reason, the more was like, brilliant, I'll give you a raise. Because this feels like filler.
You know, I guess the Elgato got bored of our recording.
You got bored of our bullshit.
I don't know why it started running trailers.
I'll
Let's
never
hope
be
it
the
doesn't
king
do
my
that
father
again,
was.
because that could
But Simba,
potentially might fuck
That's
up
not
the
what you're
footage.
supposed to be.
I don't think
You
it
can't
did,
be
though.
Mufasa. You can only be you. Everybody believes in you as a king. They just want to see what you'll do. And if anyone's saying they liked your father better, it's because you haven't done
Well,
much
and
yet.
to be fair
That's
on
all.
this world a little
know
bit, and
that.
this is a fact
Then
I actually...
stop moping and do something.
I remembered
I
hearing
can't.
years ago, but I forgot about. The Pride Lands are completely optional.
Fine.
Yes.
I think we brought that up the
Yeah.
first time we came
Why
here.
Yeah, I was gonna read that
He's
for a
not
minute.
even gonna
The
try.
Olympic Coliseum, the Pride Lands, and Tron Revisit are all three
Come on,
optional
Goofy.
revisits.
No, Pride Lands is optional in general. You don't have to go here the first time.
One day lose all his
Mhm.
friends.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Worried by a silly old ghost.
You can skip it completely.
The do-nothing king.
I don't think
No.
you can. Because you have to trigger the darkness going on in Hollow Bastion. And how did the game even handle that? Because if I didn't come here the first time, how would it handle
You
the revisit?
did it. The ghost is gone.
I don't think the revisit would be a thing until you do it the first time.
You know,
So I
People said you can skip this world entirely.
I think they just meant the revisit. I don't think
No! No, wait, I know you can, because the guy who did the no jump challenge didn't come here.
there you go again.
I mean, everyone here and in the Pride
and
Land
everyone
wants me to succeed.
says that Circle of Life is a bad keyblade because everyone says all the optional.
The guy who did the no jump challenge was doing as little of the game as possible, where his only rule was basically he wanted to see the credits roll.
Why?
What?
I've got to make the most
Why
of my
what?
blessings and rebuild this kingdom.
I was
you gonna
talking to
say
Sean
it or
about
do
something,
it?
and I'm just like,
Wait and see.
why? Simba!
Simba, come quick! There's a bazillion ghosts of Scar haunting the Pride Lands. Everybody but Nala hightailed it out of there, and now she needs your help.
They're saying sexual things to Nala! And I think one was anti-Semitic!
All grown up and finding his place in the world.
Nice try. You're coming too.
You know my favorite... Oh, I didn't bring this up last time, but this is lore you can only get from, like, books.
No, you did.
Not... did I bring up this thing about Scar's name?
I
No.
Here.
If I'm repeating it, sorry. Scar is named Scar, but that's because he's melodramatic and he got a scar and started calling himself Scar.
I've come back, Nala.
His actual name, I forget what it is, but basically,
It's the African word for trash.
yes. So,
But
so they named their kids King and Trash.
Well, you can tell which one they had aspirations for. Like, you can tell what they thought of them. That's why you see.
I don't remember if I brought up the name thing, but I did bring up the fact that the writer, that in the original draft, there was basically this scene where Scar was forcing sexual advances onto Nala, and Disney did not
And the writers were like, bitch, you be writing a family movie.
stop putting rape scenes in this family.
You're not David Cage.
They were going to be...
Okay, I know we have said this for... I know we have said this for like the last 5 or so bosses, but I've been easily building to this point. This is probably the worst boss in Kingdom Hearts. Not only because of playing it, but because of what this boss represents as a problem for Kingdom Hearts 2. As you can see, this is that Pride Lands area. An entire chunk of the map was basically fucking wasted on being a spectacle that's this. It's just this area is wasted for a boss fight. This is just pure spectacle. This is my problem with Kingdom Hearts 2. There are several moments like this. I know we talked about this on and off you know, through the LP, but like now that we're
I
actually,
don't have a problem with this boss.
now that we're actually here, oh yeah,
I do.
and also like I said, outside of the fact that this just wasted level design for essentially a boss of mindless spectacle that was like, look at how big, it's literally look at how big our dick is. That's all this boss is.
My Shadow of the Colossus exists.
Outside of that, this boss plays like hot garbage. Because this boss is look at how big our dick is, as you can see, the problem with this fight is the shaman thing on the top will actually constantly be throwing fireballs at you, but because the boss is so fucking big, you can't see those, so you will just be blindsided with bullshit in this
At least
fight.
you can hit his eyeballs.
Yes, but while you can hit his eyes, that doesn't stop the fact that the game will just spam bullshit that you basically can't see.
Well, Simba died.
Also, another thing, and again, this is one of those. This may.
I never even seen that attack.
Also, this is one of those. This may have been a problem on the like PS3 version, because again, the PS3 version of this game is actually kind of jank. Apparently, the reason the PS3 version is jank is because Square made the textures and stuff too high quality, so the game doesn't run properly. Only Square would fuck up like that. Another problem is sometimes the reaction commands on this thing don't fucking work. God, I hate Ground Shaker. Like I said, my biggest problem with this fight is it's just mindless spectacle, and I'm afraid that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going, like, all the bosses are going to be this. Like, I mean, look at it, it's so fucking big you can stand on it. And it would be one thing for, like, the boss to just be, you know, like, standard ground shake.
Thanks, Simba!
And it's like, it would be one thing for this fight to just be standard ground shaker, but look, it's so fucking big, he has a boss on top of him! That's how big this fucker is!
I don't have a problem with this boss.
It's pretty bad.
I don't have a problem with this boss. I don't see why you guys don't like it.
Like I said, my problems were sometimes the reaction commands don't work because of how big it is, and
I have a problem with it.
and also I feel it sacrifices mechanical depth for mindless spectacle.
I don't have a problem with it. If anything, it's the only boss that actually takes advantage of. Well, no, both bosses here I actually think are pretty good. Take advantage of Sora's mechanics in this one.
No, they fucking don't.
Yeah, they do. You can't combo things in the face like that without Lion Sora. That boss is definitely way better than the last 3 bosses.
Simba seems fine now.
It's probably the least terrible about them, but I just hate it for the personal reason of, again, it's basically Square just winking, essentially their animation
Do you
dicks.
think your quest will ever be
They're basically
over?
winking their
I don't have a
animation.
problem with it. I don't think that
But
boss is
I
that
think
bad.
As long as the Keyblade stays
I think
with
that boss is better than you
me,
give
I'll
credit for.
have to keep fighting.
Oh, I never noticed that. Never noticed that Keyblade has Jack's face on it.
That is the great circle of life.
Never, ever.
The best character's face on it.
The secret to victory is a strong heart.
From what we've seen of Kingdom Hearts 3, I am really afraid that all of its bosses are basically going to be Ground
Come on,
Shaker.
get out. Yes, yes, it is time. Your fight continues.
Till we meet again, Your Majesty.
I hope that's soon.
It will be. So long.
They need to cover Lion King 2.
No.
Fuck Kiara, the best character.
Uh,
And Kovu.
I feel like because of,
Pride Lands!
you know, this plot, if they covered Kingdom Hearts 2, that would kind of not work.
Why?
Honestly, because how do you exactly, you know, segue from, like, the Scar Ghost bullshit into Lion King 2?
it's time for the question of the day, my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, do you get the point me and Carson were trying to make about spectacle creep? I know it was mostly Carson's point, but I do agree with him. Square Enix over the years has had a big, nasty habit of trying to absolutely push the limitations of a system. The PlayStation 2 was capable of rendering incredibly large, gigantic models, but in order to do this, you pretty much need to render just the model, and the room it gets rendered in needs to be more or less empty. This is why Shadow of the Colossus is incredibly empty, because the Colossus take up so much data, they couldn't really render anything beyond them and your character and your horse. Kingdom Hearts 2, the Ground Shaker battle, is a gigantic Heartless, but in order to render it, they pretty much had to create a giant empty room, and this creates a spectacle creep problem where this giant empty room pretty much only exists as a reason to have one boss battle, but that means any other time you go through this room, it is just a gigantic open room that becomes kind of redundant and pointless because the one interesting use of the room means they had to create a gigantic area that pretty much gets incredibly underutilized unless the boss battle is going on. Overall, the entire problem here is the fact that they created a large boss for the sense of spectacle, but didn't think about the ramifications of the room the boss is fought in being revisited often, because it's one of the main rooms of the world. It's not like it's a one-off boss arena where then it could be a little bit more justified. Any other time you visit this world, you just have a semi-giant, semi-empty room, and I think that should make our rambling nonsense point clear. But anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling in circles. I just generally agree with his point that the spectacle of the boss kind of created a bad, horribly designed empty room that only existed for a boss fight and doesn't have much use beyond that. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links, as well as my Discord link, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I will see you all next time, so good night, everybody.